Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is JRC99US coming semi-live from the JRC99US mobile, aka my truck, and I'm on my way home. First off, note, I must apologize if I'm breathing heavy. I just got out of the gym. I've been doing the Japanese interval walking technique. I'm sure I'm probably saying that wrong, otherwise just known as IWT, which actually is the best thing to replace the myth of 10,000 steps. So, being that it is almost my birthday, which means I am almost 45 years old, it's been a nice workout for me, and I'm old and I'm fat, and I'm another year closer to death. Yay. Well, I don't know. Hopefully I don't get banned for that. Well, so what shall we talk about today? Oh, I know. How about the topic that this video is titled under? So last night, my wife and I finally got to see, The Punisher: One Last Kill, which we were kind of surprised to see that was coming because we really didn't hear anything about it. Now, that was the same thing also for Daredevil: Born Again, which my wife and I watched both seasons and we thoroughly enjoyed. They did a very good job with it. Now, were all the episodes really, really good? No, not really. Of course not. Sometimes you got bad episodes. You got ones that are just kind of filler with a little bit of relevancy. But no, most notably like the bank heist episode in season 1. But if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it too much for you. But the thing is, we did see the return of Frank Castle. My wife and I absolutely love John Bernthal as the Punisher, as Frank Castle. And in fact, the one thing that I have a fondest memory of when my wife and my stepson moved down from Connecticut to where we are now was that we all did a huge binge of the entire Defender series, except for Jessica Jones, because, well, it was a little too raunchy for us. I know that's kind of funny to say, considering the violence of the Defenders series, but then when The Punisher came out, oh my gosh, we all loved it. Once again, kudos to John Bernthal, did a fantastic Frank Castle. I'm not saying that the Punisher movies from beforehand and the guys who played Frank Castle before sucked. I just thought John Bernthal represented Frank Castle better than both of them. No offense to them, they did a fantastic job still. That's my preference, so take with it, what you will. So anyway, when we were, my wife and I were shocked when we heard that Daredevil was coming back, because we absolutely loved the original Daredevil, and like I said, we binged it on Netflix for a long time. And but mainly when The Punisher came out, we just absolutely loved it. The first 2 seasons were just rocket, just absolutely gold. And the funny thing is that everybody after that point wanted to see more Frank Castle, and of course we were one of them. The biggest thing was when the Spider-Man trailer for Brand New Day dropped, and there was John Bernthal's Frank Castle. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I showed my wife, and my wife almost hit the floor. She's like, that's Frank Castle! So yeah. So then, the thing is that the last we saw of Frank, honestly, besides the trailer for the Spider-Man movie, was that he was escaping Freeport in the end of season 1, and after that we never saw him again, which was a disappointment. We were all expecting to see something about Frank, at least in season 2, but we didn't get anything. And I think we're a little disappointed to possibly find out that most likely there won't be a season 3. And you know what? It's completely understandable. I don't want it to be, but the thing is that Disney has ran Marvel into the ground with the MCU and all this other Marvel feminist empowerment crap that literally ruined the brand. And of course we all know the whole woke DEI stuff that went through Hollywood for the last decade or so. Just really kind of ruined the brand, and so when we saw Daredevil coming back, we were like, oh boy, but we were a little hesitant because we knew that most likely it could be feminized. Now, was there some feminization to it? Not really. I didn't see anything to it. But anyway, we liked it. I think it was good. Not as good as the original, but still good. But then, holy crap, we get word, May 12th, see The Punisher: One Last Kill. Happy early birthday to me. So, so we just watched it, and oh my gosh, was it really, really good. Now, did it kind of run slow in the beginning? And I'm like, yeah, it did. I'll be honest, it did run a little slow. Was the emotional scenes worth it? I think so. It still showed Frank Castle's missed his family. He still loved his family. I had some people on Twitter say, oh no, they feminized, or they made effeminate, or not feminine, they emasculated Frank Castle by making him cry in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, he was crying over the graves of his wife and children. I don't understand why anybody would think that, oh, that's the emasculation. Okay, I've cried over the loss of loved ones. I've cried over the death of my father. I was sobbing over his dead body when he was in the ICU. So I don't understand that at all. Okay, I know it's a story. I know they're fictional characters. But if there's one real arc that we can all relate to when it comes to fiction, it's something that we can relate to, which is loved ones die. They even said they emasculated Fisk when he cried over the death of his wife, Vanessa. Now, I know Fisk is the bad guy. Is he like Trump? I don't know. I didn't see it, but some people want to say that that was Trump. But anyway, the thing is that Fisk's wife, Vanessa, died, and he cried. Yeah, he's going to cry. He actually fell in love. Okay? Frank Castle is going to cry. His wife and his children were murdered. That's why he became the Punisher. And it still haunts him to this day. So, anyway, that's the part that was something that kind of annoyed me today, was when I saw the reaction that somebody said, I won't name names, but if you know who it is, I'm trying to not get into account versus account. I'm not trying to do that. But if you're going to go so far to say, oh, well, Frank Castle can't cry and stuff like that, well, then he's not a real man. Then he's actually a monster. Frank Castle is honestly not a monster. Does he attack like a monster? Sure. And that was when we moved into the glorious apartment building fight that just started the whole thing. And I was looking at this, and it looked like they borrowed a little bit from Dread 2012. Holy moly. That's what I thought we were going to get into. Like, he's going to start off in his room, and then he has to make his way out. Like, the rest of the episode, it's him just trying to make his way out, which it kind of did. I think if they would have had more time, they could have done that and had him, like, trying to get out of the entire apartment complex. That would have been really cool, because it's kind of like a Doom scenario where you're trapped inside something, but you're trying to get out, and it's just you versus the Horde. That's, yeah, so awesome. But considering it's only about 50 minutes long, you know, they had limited time. It was great. The action was great. The story was great. And now the thing is, we have to see what happens in Spider-Man next. But this is where I'm hoping and I'm praying we are going to get a Punisher movie with John Bernthal in it. Because, well, I'm going to say it. We need it. And I think probably this would be an opportunity if Disney and Marvel, mainly Disney, if they're going to try to clean up what they screwed up, then they're going to need something really, really good. They're going to need something like a new Punisher movie. Okay, I honestly don't have any hope for the new Avengers movie that's supposed to come up. I hope that's not the case, but it honestly doesn't look good. It's also the same thing with the Mando and Grogu movie. To be honest, I saw a small trailer for it in one of the action scenes, and I liked it. I really did. I thought the action was really good. Was the setup and the marketing for it really good? Absolutely not. It was absolute crap. Oh, remember the Tauntauns? Oh, look at that. They're on a sled with the Tauntauns and everything like that. You know, what I say about Mando and Grogu is this, is that Grogu should never have come back in the second season. And we all know why that happened. I think Grogu should have stayed with Luke. I think he should have trained. I think it would be awesome if he made cameo comebacks or something like that. Maybe he'd come back for an entire season to help out Mando. Maybe. But the thing is that Kathleen Kennedy, in her infinite wisdom, thought it'd be a good idea to milk that cash cow for all it was worth. Because Grogu was so popular back during season 1 and somewhat of season 2, but season 1 mainly. But, of course, like all good things Kathleen Kennedy gets her claws on, that turns to crap. So, but anyway, to stay on topic, I'm hoping for a new Punisher movie with John Bernthal. He does a fantastic job as Frank Castle, and he honestly, I think he brings a little more realism to Frank Castle, like the dark and grittiness of the Punisher, what he's gone through, what he's going to go through, what he has to do next. You know, the thing was is that well, I don't want to spoil it, so I'll just leave it at that. So yes, definitely go see Punisher One Last Kill. I think it's very, I honestly believe it's going to be very, very mandatory to watch it before you watch the new Spider-Man movie that's supposed to come out July 31st of this year, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day. And yes, Frank Castle is in that movie. So please, 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 please go see, if you have Disney Plus still, please go see The Punisher One Last Kill. It was awesome. I like it. I love that kind of justice, vengeance, and stuff like that. So, oh, it's not vengeance. I'm sorry. It's not vengeance. It's punishment. Alright guys, this is JRC99US coming semi-live from my truck, aka the JRC99US Mobile. Hopefully I'll have any more things to talk to you about soon, but until then, I hope you have a good rest of the day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.